Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a minute just because Christmas time is no joke. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, it's really hard to film and make videos around Christmas time because, like, we're so busy. It's so tiring. Like, I know why people do, like, the Vlogmas thing because, the CPM is higher or something. Like, you get paid more. But I understand why they do that because they know creators are like so busy around this time and everyone's like with family and stuff, so people don't post as much and people aren't watching YouTube as much, so creators aren't creating anyway. So that's why I feel like they do that. Anyway, it's just really unrealistic for me to like be able to like post every day. Like, it is gonna be slower, but I can guarantee January it's gonna be good. Okay, like New Year's, those vlogs will be good, but until then, the content is kind of slacking. But anyway, I also want to address that I went to a movie yesterday and my lips were dry. Okay, and instead of just putting on some like Vaseline, like I told myself I couldn't find the Vaseline, and then I was just like, whatever. And I was just sitting through the movie and I picked my lip and I was like, I know that I'm gonna regret that later, and I did, but at the time it felt really good, but the impulses took over. So that's why my lip is like red right now, because I don't really regret it. It felt really great, and it'll heal, and all life goes on. Okay. So that's what we're dealing with right now. The weather be drying out my skin, drying out my lips. The depression is hitting. Like, I don't know, this is the winter depression, but it's okay. I'm actually kind of liking the winter. It's just like the fits aren't as cute, but anyway, let's get into it. So, the drama that's happening this week, you guys, Bad Baby is going through it. And, like, honestly, like, I was gonna cover the fact that her baby daddy had allegedly, like, her, like, a few months back. And then I just really didn't cover it because I was like, I mean, I feel for her. She's going through a lot, but now she's back in the news again. So I'm like, okay, now it's relevant. So I don't know if you guys knew, but like back 4 months ago, I believe like it came out that, he had like kind of roughed her up. Like she had posted what he did. Like he was like physically, he was physical to her allegedly. And then a little bit after she got back with him, and it's like, girl, I can't really judge. You know what I mean? I haven't been in that situation, and I'd love to say like, oh yeah, if I was her I would leave, but if something about these past 2 years has humbled me, it's like it could be you, and you don't really know until you're in that situation. So like everyone goes through different situations and you really don't know until you're there. Sometimes you don't have an understanding of it, because looking on the outside you're like, oh, I would just leave. Oh my gosh, it's so easy. It's not so easy, honestly. And like the thing is, like, hearing it on the outside, like, oh, he hits you like out of nowhere, it's so easy to leave because like, what did you do? But these men are so manipulative. I'm telling you, if you are dealing with a good manipulative man, like a good one, and by good I mean like bad, but they can get into your head and be like why did I do that to you? And then you start thinking of like what you did, and then you're like, did I do something? And then so like just now she had came out and said that, Alabama Barker, I don't know if you guys know who Alabama Barker is, but she is Kourtney Kardashian's stepdaughter. So like Kourtney Kardashian married Travis Barker, right? And Travis Barker is her dad. So therefore, like, they associate her with the Kardashians, okay? She's around the Kardashian family. She's around Kourtney, like all of that. So, they associate her with the Kardashians, okay? And she's just been kind of having a come up recently. Like, people are like kind of knowing who she is now because she's older, and like, Kourtney just married him, right? Like, I think it's been some years now, but like, so she's like more popping, more famous now, but before she wasn't like that famous because it's like Travis Barker, who's Travis Barker, then Travis Barker is like even more popular. Sorry if you're a Travis Barker fan, but I really didn't know who he was until he was associated with Kourtney. I mean, I guess it depends on what spectrum you're in. I don't know. I just feel like definitely the fact that he was with Kourtney really helped his image, I think. Anyway, that's my personal opinion. But anyway, so it had just came out like in this past week that Alabama had been messing with Bad Baby's baby daddy, okay? And his name's Lou. Like, I don't know what his real name is. It's like Levon or something. Levon. We're gonna call him LV because that's what they be calling him, and that's really easy for me to remember because I just think of Louis Vuitton, like, easy. So anyways, come out that like she was like messing with him allegedly, and I'm like, damn, that's crazy, because like a few months ago it had came out that he was beating on her and then she took him back, right? But now she is coming out that it is officially over again. Like, she's not handling the cheating. And I'm like, I can relate to her, because I'm not even kidding you guys. The cheating thing just hurts in a different kind of way. Like, I do think, like, if, like, I'm trying to put myself to her shoes, because, like, if a man, like, let's say beat on me, I would prefer that rather than cheating. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know if I'm like kind of like sick in the head, psychopath. I don't know. I just rather that, because it's like, well, at least he's just messing with me. But I mean, like, imagine like beating on you and cheating. Like, I just can't handle the cheating for real. But I mean, I don't know. Like, we've all been there. Like, before I was like, oh my gosh, like, you have to, like, if he cheats, you have to leave. I have always left after being cheated on. I've only been cheated on one time. I mean, that I know about. I did end up leaving that man, but it does take a little bit of time for you to get up and get the fuck out. Because it's like, girl, like, it's so easy, like, oh my gosh, he cheated on you. But your feelings, like, when you find that stuff out, your feelings don't just, like, end right then and there. Like, it takes a moment for your brain to register, like, you know, like, your broken heart, you know? Because it doesn't just all of a sudden you find out, oh my gosh, like, I have no feelings for you now. Like, it doesn't work like that. Like, you still care, but then you start slowly not caring, because you're just, like, processing over time of what he actually did. So, to me, like, cheating, I want to say I would be out. Like, I really would want to say that I'd be out, and I really do think it just takes me some time. I'm just that person that it's just like, okay, I gotta find out, and then I gotta mentally prepare, and then I'm out. That's what I did with my ex, okay? You just know it's over. Your brain knows it's over, but your heart's just not letting go yet. So anyway, she had come online, and hopefully this time, like, I get that because she kind of explained it. I will put the video here, okay? Put the video here.
So, I'm going to tell y'all my side of the story. How I found out up until now. So, if this all started, I'm gonna take y'all back to where this really started from. So me and Levon get into it. We was drunk, and sometimes when we get drunk, we either fuck all night or fight all night. And you know, yeah, we get physical, whatever. So me and Levon were drunk. We get into it. I fucked up by calling Sosa. So I call Sosa and I'm like, yeah, we fighting, blah, 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 blah. Like, basically, like, come get me. So Levon, so me and Levon went to go lay down. I go to lay down with him. When I get in the bed, Sosa calls me. Levon answers my phone. It didn't say Sosa at the top or nothing. It was just the phone number. But Levon answers the phone and you hear Sosa's voice saying, Danny, what's up? Or Danny, where you at? So I was the one that cheated first. So I cheated by calling Sosa from the jump. So after Levon answered the phone, he busted my lip, broke my phone. I tried to stop him from leaving, and when he was trying to close the door, I put my hand in the way, so he accidentally slammed my hand in the door. My hand was literally hanging. My teeth were loose. It was just a whole big thing. So I'm trying to wake E up, and I'm telling E, take me to the hospital. Meanwhile, the phone never hung up. The phone never hung up, so Sosa heard all this shit going on, right? So right after that, I'm trying to wake E up to take me to the hospital because my hand is literally like hanging, like fucked up. So E's drunk as fuck. He's like, Danny, go lay down. And I'm like, bro, okay. So I call Sosa and I'm like, bro, I need to see a doctor. Like, I need to go to the hospital. So he comes and picks me up, and he calls like the house. We use the same house call doctor. So he calls the doctor for me. The doctor comes, looks at my wrist, makes sure my teeth aren't going to fall out, gave me some medicine, and I go to sleep. I stayed at Sosa's house that night. This was all at like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. So I took 2 Xanax, went to sleep, and didn't wake up till 4 or 5 o'clock. I call E's phone when I wake up, which E's Levon's best friend. And when he called me, it was on FaceTime, and he seen, like, Sosa got a whole bunch of shit above his bed, like the Glow Gang shit or whatever. So E seen that and was like, oh my God, Danny, are you dead ass right now? And I was just like, I fucked up bad. Like, when and then Sosa dropped me off back home a couple minutes later, and when I got there, Levon was boxing his stuff up in boxes. I was crying on the floor, screaming like, please don't leave me, our family, please don't leave me. So he left his stuff. He ends up going to stay at a hotel for 2 weeks. And in these 2 weeks that he's gone, he meets Alabama. Me and Levon get back together after this 2 weeks. And I'm on Instagram. Me and E sitting in the bed, I'm on Instagram. And I click a picture of Alabama on the Explore page, and I see it says follow. And I'm like, what? Alabama follow me? So I called Talon. And I'm like, did something happen between us and Bama? Like, I'm confused. So Talon's like, oh, I had heard something about her and Levon. But she was like, I didn't even think it was serious. I thought it was just made up, so I didn't even tell you. I didn't want to work you up. So I called Levon, and I'm like, Levon, you know this bitch? Like, so I'm texting Levon. I'm on the phone with Levon, and I'm texting Bama, like, Bama, call me now. Like, what the fuck? Like, why am I hearing something about you and my baby daddy? And she's like, what? No, never. And I'm like, girl, what? Like, be real with me. So she calls me, and she's like, yeah, we met, and we exchanged numbers, but that was it. Levon didn't tell me the truth, nor did Alabama tell me the truth. So basically, like, a couple weeks later, I'm at my mom's house in Florida. And Levon not answering the phone, so I track the location on the car, and I see that the car is in Alabama's neighborhood. So I called Alabama, like, is Levon at your house? And she was like, no, he's not. She was like, hold on, give me 5 minutes, I'm gonna call you back. So she calls me, and she's like, yeah, my mom has it all on recording. She was like, yeah, we linked each other a couple times, but we never had sex. It wasn't like that. Like, he lied to me and told me that he wasn't him. First of all, he has my name tattooed on his neck. Like, how the fuck are you going to say that he told you it wasn't him when you could have easily figured out it was him? And then up until now basically, she sent me, I posted something about her on my Finsta because it kind of ticked me off watching her live her life like she's not a fucking homewrecker. Like, she didn't cause me so many problems. I was a postpartum mom going through cancer, finding out that my boyfriend was cheating on me. My baby daddy was cheating on me. Like, she just rushed, and this is not the first time she's done this to a girl. I just had a famous girl DM me 2 hours ago saying, oh yeah, she hit up my boyfriend as soon as I posted him. Like, this is something that this girl does. So even though Levon is in the wrong, Alabama's even wronger because a man gonna be a man, but bitch, you call yourself my friend. Like, what the fuck? So anyways, I posted something about her on Finsta because I was ticked off watching her live her life like she ain't do nothing. I was just like, this bitch just acting like everything's fine and dandy. Like, bitch, you're a fucking homewrecker. Like, what the fuck? So someone sent her the post from my Finsta, and she DMs me and she's like, I don't want to be nothing like you, Dr. Phil loser, bitch. And your bum ass man keeps hitting me up. He wants me so bad, confessing his love to me, da da da. So yesterday, she sends me, was it yesterday, the day before yesterday? The day before yesterday, she sends me a screenshot of some messages with her and LV. But she deleted the messages she had sent to him where the messages I posted yesterday, It was those messages. But Levine ended up sending me the real messages where she was like, come to my house, come see me. And Levine told me that they never even was in Vegas with each other. And the timestamp from when Levine met her up until now, he hasn't went to Vegas on his own. He hasn't done no shit like that. So basically, she sends me a whole bunch of screenshots yesterday of messages with her and Levine. Levine saying they not real. I feel like they're real because I know how my man type. And the stuff that's being said is just like beyond me, honestly. Like the fact that the bond that me and Levine have, as close as we are, the fact that he could send another female messages like this is just it's disturbing, it's vile. So me and Levine have decided to break up. I feel like our relationship has ran its course. I would never beef with a bitch about a man, especially no bitch that look up to me. I'm not doing it. Like, bitch, I'm your OG. Please. Like, shit is just... shit is really crazy. And, like, I literally just had surgery a couple days ago and I'm dealing with this right now. Like... shit is really crazy, but Alabama is a liar to some extent. She is a manipulator to some extent, as well as Levine is. So, I just feel like our relationship has ran its course and there's nothing I could do at this point. This is beyond embarrassing. This is beyond disturbing, especially with everything that I'm going through. Like, it's just... You got something you want to say? It's not funny. We can't take nothing serious. Yes, that's him. Like, we live together. We have a whole baby together. Like, he's not just going to disappear out of thin air. But we have decided to break up. Was I supposed to hide him like how Ari did? Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. Like, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
So she explained that the situation a little bit more because, of course, like, us as the internet people are just hearing it for the first time, like, oh, you know, he was beating on her. But we don't know. I mean, not that it's ever okay to do that, but I could understand why she would stay because she felt like it was her fault. Like, she was basically came out on the live and said, I cheated first. And I called up, like, Sosa, like, Chief Keef or whatever. And he was mad at that. And then that made him, you know, crash out, pack his stuff. And that's probably why he, like, pushed her or something. Like, I'm just speculating, like, you know what I mean? And during that, like, him slamming her hand in the door because he didn't see it and all this stuff, and like just because he was mad over what she did. And like, good manipulative men, I mean, like, the thing is, like, me being in that situation, I'd be like, yeah, I was kind of wrong for starting it. Like, who started it? Like, did I go ahead and, like, cheat? Like, she's thinking, like, she cheated by, like, calling up this other man to pick her up, which she shouldn't have done. Like, that is wrong, too. So, therefore, when you do something wrong and then a man does something wrong by, like, accidentally, like, slamming your hand in the door when he's mad, then you're going to be like, oh, like, yeah, that's not really abusive right there, or, like, that mad, or, like, he was acting out of anger because I'm cheating, right? So, it's, like, back and forth, like, you know, that's a way that you would be like, let things go. But of course, if a man's just like hitting you for no reason or doing stuff for you for no reason, then you're like, oh yeah, like it's so easy to leave. But when you're doing stuff and you've done something and then they react and it's like, I reacted because I love you, then it makes it harder, and you're like in your head like, okay, you know. But then he went and cheated, so therefore, like, she called Chief Keef, yeah. I don't even know these people, but I've heard of him before, obviously. But anyway, she called Chief Keef to pick her up, and then she spent the night at his house. And then therefore, when she went there in the morning, he's packing his stuff because you just spent the night at another man's house, even though you just took a Xanax and went to bed. Then when he goes and spends 2 weeks at a hotel and then like messes with somebody in those 2 weeks, then you're like, well, damn, I started it. Like, I started it. He would have never have left and moved to a hotel and like would have even met her if I didn't do that. And that's what gets into our head, like, it was our fault. So therefore, like, you know, do we really want to end it because of like our actions? But it's sad. It's like confusing. Yeah, like, she shouldn't have like stepped out like that. But again, like, oh my god, it is hard. It's hard to say. Like, I understand. I'm not over here like, oh my gosh, like, she needs to wake up and like this man. But like, she felt like she had a kid with this man, and she felt like she did it. Like, she was the reason. Because, you know what I mean? Like, she kind of was, like, if we think about it deeply, you guys, I mean, she was the reason why he left that night, because she went over to another man's house. So I get it. I understand. And that's a confusing, toxic situation. That's what I mean when it's toxic. That's what I mean. It's not like he's just or bad. Toxic. Like, it's toxic like that. Because he can't communicate. Yeah. Because you shouldn't be going to run to another man. Because then your shit will never work. Like, if you go running to... No. So... Anyway, but on a side note, this Alabama bitch, like, I'm not really liking her. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't really know her, obviously. I don't really keep up with her because she is just, like, I could totally see her just being, like, that kind of girl that doesn't care. Like, she kind of came out and was kind of, like, exposed for lying. Like, I do feel like she's a little liar because apparently she was, like, the BHAD BHABIE's friend. And then it's like, no, girl, like, I would never. And I didn't know that, like, he was your man. But he has, like, BHAD BHABIE's name tatted on him. Like, you knew. And, like, she's just trying to keep that image up. Because, you know, like, Kardashian image, right? Like, you know, can't have that much drama. Doesn't want to look like... But she totally was messing with him. And it's like, I get it. Like, oh, the other girl doesn't owe loyalty. But it's like, I just know what kind of girl you are. I hate those kind of girls that are just, like, would do that. Like... If you guys are friends, especially if you guys are friends. If you guys are enemies, like, okay. But, like, even, like, my enemies, I wouldn't want to be, like, messing with their dudes because, first of all, they're I don't even have enemies, but, like, whatever, people that don't like me, I wouldn't even want, it just lowers myself to, like, even be messing with someone that would touch them. Like, I'm not even on that level. So, it's, like, I don't give a fuck. And, like, if they message me, it'd be, like, how, like, ew, like, you're, like, you I don't even know, like, how to explain it, but... It's just, like, unless you actually liked him. But the thing is, why would the Alabama girl like this guy that you clearly can see is, like, a low-life bum? Like, and he was, like, hitting on her. Like, you know, apparently you knew that. And apparently, like, Alabama... Sorry, it's just such a funny name. Alabama was, like, he ended up, like, throwing a bottle at me. Like, she said that he threw a bottle at her. Like, you know this man is, like... unhinged, and then we're fighting over that man, like, and like, the thing is, like, he is a baby daddy, like, BHAD BHABIE's baby daddy, like, you know you don't want him like that for real, and if you do, you have some mental issues, like, that's crazy. And also, this man is, like, in his 30s, like, 32 or something, 30s.
Okay, guys, fact checking that he's actually 26, but it just kind of sus because Alabama just turned 18, like, and I mean, BHAD BHABIE, she's 21 now, so, I mean, 21, 26, I mean, but, you know, it's good to note that. But just to remind you how much of a prize this man already is, he already is a dad with someone else. Like, he already is a baby daddy to somebody else, you know?
And BHAD BHABIE in Alabama are, like, just was 18, like, or 17 last year. Didn't they just turn 18, 19, or whatever? Like, 19, 20? I don't know how old they are. But they're young, and you're like in your 30s. It's like giving like, bro, like who is this loser? Loser. 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 Like these two girls have money, and this guy has nothing. He's riding off the fact that that's why I don't have kids with these men. Like if I learned anything, and I actually love that they put this stuff out and they're open about their lives, like they struggle to, do not have kids with these men. Because they really do show their true colors after you have a child. And I just feel like you should really know a guy before you have a kid with him. I would say minimum 5 years. 5 years. If they pretend longer than 5 years, if they can pretend longer than 5 years, then they deserve an award. Because like whatever, okay, you fooled me for 5 years and then you turned out to be a monster. Like okay, like you played your part well. Okay, that was good. But if you have a kid with knowing someone under a year, it's like, bro, anybody can fake it for a year until they're real. It's like, a year? What is a year? Like, a little year of acting? Like, anyone can do that. 5 years, if they do 5 years, like, okay, they deserved it. Whatever. They, you know. But 1 year, lots of people have kids with people for 1 year, and then they see their true colors, and it's like, damn, who is this? Trust me, a year ain't shit. A year's nothing. Like, wait longer than a year. A year is the minimum. A year's the minimum. What? You're just getting, like, you don't even know yourself, babe. You don't even know yourself still. And it's been how long? And you think you're gonna know them in a year? Relax, 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 relax. No, we can't do it. We can't do it. And I'm tired of these girls being like, yeah, having a kid is so easy, like this and that, like you should have a kid. No. Let me be the first to say, let's take our time with it. If you're young, I mean, if you're in your 30s and 31, 32, and you're okay with being a single baby mama and you just want the kid to want a kid and you don't really care if the baby daddy's in the life or not, like you want the kid for yourself, okay, but we're not having kids for these men just to have kids for these men. Like, we gotta have it for ourselves and because we want it, because at the end of the day, you know, we gotta be okay with, like, raising it alone. If you're not okay with raising it alone, do not have it. That's the mental we gotta be on, okay? Anyway, so yeah, that's the tea and the drama so far with that. So I mean, officially Bad Baby's like, it's done, it's over, like this is embarrassing, like she draws the line of cheating, which I love that for her. It's just like sad that she like has a kid. She's going through a lot right now, you know. She's apparently battling cancer as well. Like this guy was not a ride or die, so I'm glad that she's leaving him. It just like sucks that like she now has a kid and that's the baby daddy. Unfortunately, I'm sure she loves the kid, loves her baby, like, but just the fact that it's like annoying that's like, you know, you kind of always have to be attached to the baby daddy because that is the father of your child, right? Your child like kind of wants to know their dad. Like you shouldn't stop them from seeing their dad if they want to have a relationship. So it's basically like why I'm so like against having kids right away is because when you have a kid with someone, that person is like able to like be a part of your life even if you want to cut it out. And I love to like leave a bitch where they at. Like I love to just bye, never knew you, who's that, never heard of them. But when you have a kid with someone, like it gets legal issues. Like you gotta contact them if you want to go out the city with their kid, or else they could like report you for like kidnapping. Like you can't just do things, you gotta ask for permission if you have a kid. Like it's just lots of stuff. Like you basically have to be in contact with them, so that's annoying to me. So that's why I personally, I don't think I'm strong enough to handle that, so I just don't put myself in those situations yet. Maybe when I'm 30s I'll be like able to do that. Now, not in my 20s. I'm not doing that in my 20s. I'm good.
Also, what had me dead, you guys, like on Facebook, they were talking about like no way she was on live saying that they broke up and then the relationship has ran its course, and like throughout the video he literally walked like, you know, in the back, and it's true, like it was kind of hilarious. Like it had me dying. She's like, yeah, that's him. Like what am I supposed to do? Like we, you know, we have a kid together, we share the house together. Exactly, that's what I'm saying, guys.
So yeah, that's the tea on that, you guys. So like, comment, subscribe. I'll keep you updated on the situation. Like, do you guys think she's gonna really be done and stay done with this man? I hope so. Like, I know it's the father of her child, so it's even harder. Like, I couldn't imagine, because like, you know, they be on like, I'm sorry, like, you know, you're the one like that started it, you're the one that started all this, like I didn't even want this, I didn't even want to mess with her, I was in my feelings, I was hurt, like I want to be with you, but then you went with Chief Keef, and then I was just like, oh, I don't know, she hit me up, she was messing with my feelings. That's traumatic. I know, yo, like that's traumatic. Yeah, it's traumatic. It's traumatic. It's not funny. Yeah, like, you know, they're good. Like it gets in your feelings. It's like, fuck, did I fuck the family up? Like you did this. Like you did. We had a kid, but like, you fucked you fucked up the family. Why'd you do this to us? Why'd you do this to us? And you'll be sitting there like, Like, this is crazy. Did I? It's sad. Sad, sad, sad. That's what I'm telling you. So that's why I understand. I'm sorry. That's why I understand her. I'm like, okay, like, you know, because these manipulative men are good. Like, you know, they'll just, like, you do something, and then they're like, that's the go. That's the go. This is my way to do it, whatever I want, and then blame it on them later. Like, and they'll take it, and they'll do it, and then you'll feel bad, like, I did it, you know? So I'm sure she regrets, like, probably, you know, calling up the Chief Keef. Like, you can't give these men a reason for them to do something so that they have a reason. So, yeah. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. That was a lot.